Hello, hello. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day today. All right, audio check is done. Sounds good. What was it? I needed to do something else here. Oh. Yep, let me go back over here real quick. Nope, not there. So, how's everybody doing today? We go do one thing before I forget in the music app. I usually wind up having to reset it for the next one, and sometimes I forget and it doesn't kick off and play correctly, which is just YouTube Music and a Flatpak app on Linux. Makes it a little bit easier. All right. So I attempted to stream on Tuesday, but had a problem. So one of the things that I've been trying to do in the background is have been setting up additional ways to access devices and stuff. So I've talked about it before. I've got a server downstairs. I've got some KVMs which allow me to be able to log onto the devices remotely, and I've been using different remote desktop softwares. And the one that I've been using was KRDP, that's built into KDE on my two Linux desktops. But I had a problem the other day where it stopped working. Because like sometimes on my streaming PC, what I'll do is I'll remote into it, start getting things set up. I'll also remote into it so that I don't have to like switch my keyboard, mouse and stuff around. But I'll remote into it so that I can apply the updates, fixes and stuff like that. Maybe I'll work on some stuff. I'll rename files, move things around. I'll start getting things uploaded to YouTube and to Rumble and stuff like that. And I'll start that process. But I want to be able to use the desktop, because I haven't figured out how to start setting up scripting for the YouTube API in order to be able to upload videos and stuff yet, which is something I still have to do. But I still upload it because I also want to make sure that I go out and I'll use GIMP as an editor to take the main page of YouTube, which would be an image similar to like this one right here for Betrayer, and I'll go put the episode numbers on it, right? I don't do anything super fancy because again, I'm not a video editor. I am not an image editor and a graphics artist or anything by any of those means. I can barely struggle through on those. Sometimes I have a hard enough time just playing the video games and stuff, but I was working through some of that stuff, and the remote desktop thing, and I figured out why. So I was like, you know what, it's okay. One of the things that I've used in the past, and I use it to play video games out in my living room, is called Sunshine and Moonlight. Sunshine is it's a self-hosted video gaming streaming protocol, and Moonlight is the client to be able to watch that. So on my laptop here, I can kick off Sunshine, and on my TV in my living room, I can connect to that, and I can play games sitting at my couch with the controller or wireless keyboard and mouse and be able to play games that way. I played Skyrim for, oh goodness gracious, off my other laptop for probably 8 months in a modded version of Skyrim. I had a blast and did it out there from my living room. So I set up Sunshine on my streaming computer because I wanted to be able to use it, because I haven't had the best luck with VNC, and I've looked into RustDesk, but I have not. It doesn't seem like it's a good fit for Arch Linux distributions. It seems like it works well on Ubuntu based distributions, but I run all my stuff on Arch. So I installed Sunshine, got all that stuff working, and didn't even think about the fact that I needed to test my streaming setup, because I installed a bunch, installed the libraries and stuff, got it working, applied a bunch of other updates and stuff. And I'm sure there's probably something with KRDP that maybe I'm just overlooking. But OBS would not launch. So like I would click on it, OBS would show me the little window saying that, or the little icon over top of my mouse to say it was thinking about it. and it would just go away. So I was I ran it on the command line to figure out, to see what was going on. It showed me the error. I looked it up, and it had an issue with the fact that it could not connect to the Wayland capacitor, because of, it said it was basically could not connect to the X11 interface to Wayland, the Wayland capacitor, for some reason. I went back and I checked the setting on it, which was I run on Wayland, which is the capacitor for the KDE desktop, because it's more compatible with most games and it's the newer standard. But OBS's docks are not compatible with Wayland. They're only compatible with X11. So I actually go through, because it's a flat pack and it's a sub distribution of Ubuntu and stuff that it gets installed on, I'm able to say no, switch it back to X11. Well, something else somehow changed where that connector wouldn't work. And I went back through and I was like trying to troubleshoot it. I couldn't get any of it to work. It took me probably an hour before I realized that when I got it working the last time, I was in the mode of, well, I want the dock to work because it makes the whole integration for OBS easier. So I was going through and just adding in options of different things for it to do. So I basically gave it way more permissions than what it needed to. And I started at the wrong spot to do the permissions, because I'm not as familiar with the Flatpak apps and the different permissions that it has. So I was giving it access to all these things to try to get it to work, and one of the things finally worked, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was like roughly following some guides and stuff like that. So I went back through and I'm like, I compared it to what was on my gaming PC, because I have OBS there to be able to do the output, and I have the gaming, the streaming PC set up to do the streaming portion of it. So I compared it there and I'm like, well, why do I have all these extra settings? Because I don't do that. I don't turn on the X11 fallback on my gaming PC because I don't need to. I don't use the docks there. I literally have two scenes. One scene is a game scene where the only two outputs it has is the window capture for whatever window I'm doing and my desktop audio. And then the other scene is the desktop capture, where it literally just captures the monitor and uses the same audio. So I was like, well, wait a minute, why do I have all these other things? So I started unchecking things, and then seriously, it worked. But that I didn't get done doing that until probably like 9:15, 9:30 or so. So of course at that point, since I started at 8:30 and that, I just kind of went ahead and decided not to. But it was just one of those ones where it was like, it's not the easiest thing to troubleshoot, because I don't have OBS open where I can just click tools and go down to the logs and look at the log file. I can't take and say, well, analyze this, upload it to the analyzer tool that OBS has, and say, oh, well, I think you've got a problem here. Go check this thing, right? It was like it wouldn't even launch. So that was an interesting troubleshooting session to be able to figure out that from doing the install, something had changed and I had that problem. So if nothing else, it's all working now. I'll have to go back and probably check a couple other things, but I think I realized that it was the fact, and I don't know why, I gave it more access to more things than what it needed, and then somehow that broke it after installing Sunshine, which is literally just a process that runs that allows you to connect to the desktop. And it's somewhere between that and maybe how it has changed the desktop setup that caused the desktop environment it changed it in a way that maybe it had more control, maybe it's set up a different access point, but yeah, I have no idea why giving it less permissions has solved the problem, and why giving it the more permissions before worked. You know, it's just one of those things where it's just like you're following guides on things that you don't know that well. Like you know, I do a lot of command line stuff in Linux at work, and I run a lot of stuff, and I have no worry about you doing any of that stuff. But when you're running some of these software packages or following a community's setup, or even some developer stuff, every once in a while it's not always clear why you're running some of the things that you're doing. And even at work, I recently ran into it where somebody was, you know, I'm trying to follow a guide, and it goes through, and it's got a thing that says overview. It's like, you're going to be doing this. Okay, cool. And then it says, like, I'm starting to go through the step-by-step piece, and I was like, step 1. It's like, install this. But it doesn't tell you where to run the command, what to do with it. Are you going to run it on the command line? Are you going, and because this is on Windows, it doesn't tell you whether you're going to run it in the command line. It doesn't tell you whether you've got to open up an editor. It doesn't tell you whether you've got to go to the App Store to have the software installed. It just says run this. And it's like, okay, well, I can run it in the command line, but is that the right spot to do it, kind of thing. And then the next thing was, you know, go set this new go set up this schema for a database. Okay, so I click on the link and I start following the directions, and it's talking about you need a new generic ID, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, what does the generic ID have to do with the schema? And like, there's a rough tie between those two, but I'm like, it's just missing some of the things that set up stuff. And I go back to some of the stuff that I did for automation and that, and it's going through and saying, this is going to do this. And I've actually got a whole series of scripts, but it was like, this script does this, this script does this. And it's just like, I wish sometimes people would put in the same level of effort into some of those things as I do. We're trying to say, I'm going to be going through this. And sometimes I wish that at the end of reading some of these forum posts and stuff, and I get it, people have lives and that, but it would just be nice that if somebody posts something online, that when it's resolved and fixed, that maybe you go back and somehow take the series of stuff, put just a blurb down at the bottom. It says, here's, and make it concise, because sometimes it could go through a whole series of things and stuff. It would just be nice if you can make it a little bit and be like, I did this, 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 and this, and here's the things it's going to do. That way I don't run into things where I'm just like, somebody was like, well, try putting a checkbox here. Okay, try putting a checkbox here. It worked for me. Okay. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and read our Bible verse for today, and then get into the game and that, and get going from there. So, switch over here real quick. Hello. Welcome back. Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day today. Today's Bible verse is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. In the King James Version, it says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." And in the NASB version, it actually has a title here, which is, or talks about, where it kind of gives you the understanding of maybe some of what this chapter is. This is the triumph of faith. It says, "Now faith is the assurance of things to hope for, the conviction of things not seen." And then when you look at what the word faith means, that's probably the best definition of it. I mean, there's the definition, and the in the dictionary, but faith means you believe in something that you have not seen yet, right? It might not be there. Like, no, you could boil it down to some small little things, kind of like, well, I have faith that I've worked for the past 2 weeks and my, employer is going to put money into my bank account. That was the agreement. And sometimes there's still faith that that's going to work because it's an automated system now. So that's something you hope for, and sometimes you don't know because you have not seen it yet. And where this comes into with God is the fact that many of us have not seen God directly. You feel him, you feel his presence. There's the Holy Spirit who's along with you, where you may even sometimes hear, almost like you're hearing something. You don't audibly hear anything, and it's not a hallucination, but it's like you have this feeling. You hear something saying no, yes, do, and that. A lot of times it's more of a feeling of the thing. You'll go to do something and you'll kind of get this bad feeling. It's like, no, I should stay away from that. I shouldn't do those kind of things. So faith, so a lot of times we have a feeling about it, but yet we haven't seen anything for it. So that it's such a good definition of what the word faith is, that it's the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen, because your faith, you are led by faith. So continue, keep up your faith. It's a struggle day to day. It can be hard, but just know that simply because you are building your faith and your assurance, even though you may not see it, continue building that, because it, as with so many other things, it is something that you can build stronger and stronger, and it makes it easier to deal with attacks from the enemy, attacks from the devil, the destroyer, because of you building your faith. So I just want to say thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you giving me the time to read this to you and give you my perspective on it. And I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day today. Okay, and with that, go ahead and get down play here. Set the card off. And a lot of it is just, I've got these little cards that just have these little sayings on them, and I shuffle through them, and that's how I choose the card for that day. And then pull it up into my Bible, so that I can kind of give you two different an older and a newer translation of the original text and stuff. So with that being said, today's Thursday. I'm sitting here looking like last couple of days I had to drive into the office, which is, I've been remote since COVID started, but I'm not that far away. I'm only about an hour away. I used to drive in 5 days a week, and I would drive an hour to work and an hour home. Sometimes that hour would turn into an hour and 20 minutes. Sometimes, depending upon how bad traffic was, it could turn into a 2-hour drive. But yeah, I drove in the last couple of days and for an event and an activity at work and stuff like that there, which didn't necessarily work out because we did a hackathon and our idea didn't go through. It's a little frustrating because I wish they would give us more time, because we only had like 2 8-hour days to do all this stuff, although we got access to a whole bunch of stuff that made it easier, and we actually had like a working prototype. It's less about the fact that it's more about the fact that we didn't have enough time to get to do the stuff, or we could have used more time, and we could have been given some opportunity to sit down and do some planning and do a little bit of prep work and stuff like out there before the whole thing. It was amazing in the sense that we actually had something functional. You know, we built APIs, we had access to things, we built a database, had it up and running, we were able to load data into the database, we had a web application to be able to pull up and call the APIs, we were using some AI tools to scan stuff and pull out things and update information. We actually had it communicating with the database. We had a testing tool. We had other APIs to be able to do like infrastructure validation and stuff like that, which we didn't get a chance to actually talk about because, you know, we didn't have enough time to go through it in a demo. You know, can't spend hours on these things. Basically have like 6 minutes. You get, you know, 1 minute to talk about, 30 seconds to a minute to talk about what you did. You got 1 minute to do a demonstration because you need to have another 4 minutes worth of question and answer session and stuff. So it was good we got all that, but it's also frustrating because of how much more we could have done in a different set of circumstances, with maybe just a little bit more time. And the funny part about it is to do that same work where we had full unmitigated access to a cloud setup to grab all this utilities and that we need to do that same thing that we did in 2 days. It would take probably 6 to 8 months to do it. And that's the really frustrating part, because it's like, oh, look at what we could do, but it's frustrating because we can't really do it that way. I'm like, yeah, great, we can use this unfederated access to stuff, but yeah, it was frustrating. So just a little tired. But want to get into doing this here because we got out of the camp. So let me switch over here. Okay, but I'm excited to try to explore outside the camp now. So I'll go ahead and get the recording started here. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Betrayer. This will be episode number 4. Okay, pick up where we left off. We had just gotten out of the camp finally, out of the south gate. But I am back here again. Okay, let me see here. Inventory. Okay. Let's see here. Are you fighting lots of battles? I'm sure they're exciting and perilous. Okay. So we can fast travel now. And the gate is open. That's right. Once I got through the gate, I went back to go save it, which is why I was back at the fort. Okay, let's take a look at the map here. Yeah, I'm over here. The sentry post. Okay, so go straight down this road. I'm gonna hit a couple things. I wonder how much I should try to explore around, or should I just get to the post first? Probably should just get to the post first so that I could save it. That way I don't have to go traveling back from. Okay, here we go. Read. Things are a little blurry here. The Weronites grew frantic when. Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze. Sorry about that. Okay, the Reynolds grew frantic when he realized where Captain Harper proposed to lead the expedition, saying, "We must never venture into that forest lest we disturb the evil that slumbers there." The captain, tried to offer reassurances that we would tread lightly, but the Werenians rose up in wrath and swore to leave none of us alive should we defy him in this matter. Okay, what else are we going to find? Oh, there's an outpost right there. Mary Shotridge, age 28, succumbed to sickness. Okay. That just feels like that's not a good... Okay. Bad guy right there. Okay. Let's see here. All right, looking at the map again. If I head straight, roughly straight this direction right here, I should be able to get to the fort there a little bit faster. I don't mind traveling through the woods and not taking the path per se, but I want to make sure that, you know, I get there to be able to save in the new area and I don't have to like reload and go back through the gate multiple times. Also don't need to disturb and run into a whole bunch of stuff either. Take that, skadoosh. Where are you going there, buddy? Goodness gracious. Come chasing after me like that. Weasels. So, okay, I was heading... Where do I gotta go from here now? Okay, map. Okay, literally just go right around this way over. Oh, what? Sometimes you just get stuck on the weirdest little things here and there. Top makeshift table, you find a single black pearl of modest size and quality. Dug up a grimy playing card. It's the King of Diamonds. Dug up a plain leather coin pouch, contains several coins. Okay. There it is. Okay. My dreams are often troubled of late by the panic of drowning, not in water, but in loamy soil. It fills my mouth so that I cannot scream. Yeah, that would kind of suck. Okay, let's go. Okay, there is a bad guy inside the fort. Oh geez, that actually... My headset's a little louder. Just made me jump. Can you reload this? Doing okay there. Okay, reload the musket. Make sure I'm ready for all the skadooshers with everything I have available to me. Oh, hey, what's this? Lauren Spinning Rose. Oh, son of a motherless goat, I couldn't switch fast enough. Jerk. Okay. That's alright. Get a chance to walk back there again. Maybe we'll follow the road just a little bit here. But you know what? Maybe I'll go check that out here real quick, because maybe those guys... Oh, nope, there's two of them there. Never mind. I guess if I'm going to put my effort into getting... almost dying, I might as well just do it first with the fort. Although now that I know where the door of the fort is, I might be able to sneak up there a little bit easier and bypass a couple of the bad guys. The enemies. Okay. Getting close. Okay, this time we're gonna... What? Who shot me? Okay, that's rude. Ooh, skadoosher. Goodness. I didn't think I would run into them this time because I didn't cut through the woods like I did the last time. Then again, they do randomly spawn around, which does make the game a little bit more difficult to deal with because of that. Oh, too far to the right, aren't I? Where am I at here? Okay, here we go. Coming up the ledge here. Where are we at here? Okay. Where? Oh my goodness, I'm wait. Alright, I was looking at the wrong thing. Great. I literally just got myself lost. And I've got a map that I could look at any point in time. There's a skadoosher right there. Okay, well, I really did want to start back over from here because I went the wrong way. Okay. So let's see here. We should be good up to about here. I'm going to turn left at this big rock right here. Take a left at Albuquerque here first. Cut over this way. There we go. There's that. There it is. Okay. Because that should help us avoid the guys that were right over there somewhere. Okay, what I'm going to do this time is... Come on. Jump over the rocks. I went that way. I'm going to try flanking around this side. They still found me. Jerks. Back up there, buddy. Oh my goodness. This game can be brutal at times. Okay, that's right. Okay, so there is no escaping them then. So might as well just, like, take them on, knowing full well that there's really not much I could do about them. Because they seem to be able to find me no matter where I am. And they're not like the regular guards either. They're not like that guy right there. They're like some ash spawn spirit or something like that. In fact, it's probably the best way to say it. It's like the ash spawn that are in Solstheim. Oh. Thank you for your stuff there, bud. I appreciate your donation to my cause. Take that, skadoocher. Another skadoocher over here? Right there. Jerk. All right. Wow. Glad I finally found this new area. It's amazing. I've never seen this before. going to take an even deeper cut back through the woods here. Oh, hey, a chest. What's in here? Who stole my random loot? Okay, just kind of keep heading this way. Still don't have a shovel to get through and pick up those things. I'll have to remember though that when I do get the shovel and stuff like that there, I'll have to go back to the first section of the map or the world. Okay. And go dig up the stuff at the two spots. There was a couple of spots there at that first fort that I'll have to go back to. Okay. Doing a little better this time. Oh, what's that? Okay, reload. Okay, there's only one of them this time. Oh, you jerk. Sounds like a turkey. You're waking up the neighbors here, buddy. Okay. Crouch down, take our time here since we're close enough. Yeah, I forget. Oh, you know what? Let me just save it right here. See if it'll save right here. There's a dude. There's a guy. Okay. All right, come on, wind. Jerk. Running up on me where I can't. Yeah, sure. Throw your big rock into the tree. I'm good with that, buddy. Ah, come on. Reload, reload, reload. Son of a motherless goat. Are you kidding me? Actually, no, the game isn't. That's why I died. See? Ah, dagnabbit. jerks. All right. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so I still ran into those things even over here, but it seems like there were slightly less of them over here. I just wish I could see them as easy as I see some of the other guys with the armor on. Okay. Right there. Got him. I didn't trigger anybody. Weathered shortbow. Okay, weathered shortbow. Equip 3, 35, 25, long, fast, 20%. Yeah, no, keep the one that I've got here. Okay, so that was one of those guys again. It's that call. Where is he? Okay. All right. Trying to come up over this hill here. Okay, I'm close to something right in front of me. Okay, because this other guy should be like right over that ridge right there. Coinage. Okay, that means I can buy more ammo and stuff. Okay. Ah, stuck. What? Okay, I hear them. This. Okay, so that clearly wasn't the right way to go either. Well, I mean, it's a way to go. It just seemed to run me into more enemies in the way. Maybe I just need to follow the road. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna avoid this here because I'm gonna try to get up here. Maybe I just need to follow the stupid road. I'm like trying to do all this other, you know, backtracking, going through the woods, hiding over here, hiding over there. Maybe I just need to walk down the road like a road's meant to be. And if I trigger something... Huh. Arrow? I swear it looked like something shot at me. Ah, there he is. Oh my goodness. All right. I suck with the bow and arrow in this game because I always think there's a little bit of drop off. I mean, there is, but it's not much further away than what I think it is. So I'm always like, oh yeah, I got to aim up just a little bit so that it will fall down into the enemy. Nope. Plus their hitboxes seem to be a little bit smaller in this game, but that's okay. I wonder something here real quick. Options. Controls. Can I change keybinds? Because I would rather have throw tomahawk on F. And then interact. Where is the other one? Interact. Use. We'll put that on G. Because I don't hit use as much as I do the throw tomahawk. Get the headshot. That caused me a problem. And no, you don't reload your bow. Getting hard to reload. It's like, oh, nope, I have the bow out. That doesn't work. It'd be amazing if it did, but I'm already reloaded. Okay. Fort is right over there. Okay. Common charm of ferocity. Nope, I. Okay. Fort. It's right over here. See, the thing is, what I really want to be able to do is just to sneak up onto a couple of these Skadushers and get them before they find me. As you would want to do in all good stealth games. Okay, nothing over there. I hear one of them. Probably he's up here inside the fort walking around. Okay, I don't have all day to wait on the... crud. Okay. That time, went to hit F, just somehow completely missed it. I don't even know how. There we go. I'll take that interaction. Can the rest of the guys just die in one shot too? I promise I won't complain much. Okay. Doing this. Okay. Arrow camera somewhere over there. Take that, Captain Skadoosh. Okay. This way should lead to... Okay. Get to the fort a little faster going this way. Okay, I already got that. Okay. There he is. All right. Glass bead. Why can I not just why can't I just hit the button without having to look at it? I've been typing on a computer now for like 40 years and I still can't hit the keys at times. Not 40 years. 37 years. Had a computer since I was 9. Where'd that first Skadoosher go? Okay, there's another one. Where's this other one at now? my goodness. Literally like they look like two of those went right through him. Wow, it's taken me 20 minutes just to get to this point right here. Or 40 minutes and I'm not even to the in the place yet. I'm doing great today. Getting stuck and hung up on stuff, keep triggering enemies. Amazing. Well, at least I'm testing out the system for, you know, bad guys. Just getting a good workout. Why is there an arrow right there? Should be an arrow right there. Okay. That went a little better. Okay, I hear another one of them around here somewhere. Where is he? Problem is they're not red until they're aggroed. Which makes it so much harder to see them. Nope, that's bush. Okay. And last time there was a guy right there. Okay, he's not there right now. There's a couple things right down there. Okay, hear the clank of the armor. Okay. There's a guy right there. There's another one right up here somewhere, but I just can't see him. We should come down and get this guy down here first. That way I don't have to worry about him sneaking up behind me. All right. Cool. Wish there was a way to heal too. Okay. Inventory. All right. You know what? Might as well. There's short bow. Scrap that. Already got a common pistol. Scrap that. Scrap that. Short bows. Okay. I hear the guy that's inside the fort. Okay, how many guys are... Okay, there's one guy right there, one guy right there. Wonder... Okay. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I'm checking this thing out over here now. I know there's two guys up here by it. It would also be great if I didn't get stuck on certain things. Goodness. Okay. All right, come down here, collect my stuff from these caduceers. Okay. Drink. G. Read, with Benedict Harper's expedition party now long overdue and presumed killed by savage treachery, the council has chosen to make James Markley's conditional governorship permanent. The council asks that you show him the respect and courtesy due to the lord and governor of this colony. Okay, there's no bell right here. Dear sir or madam, I have acquired several new items. Yay. Okay. Oh, crossbow. Common shortbow, common longbow. Well, purchase damage 30. What does my current shoddy longbow do? Damage 35. Cracked longbow does 30. Okay. So why would I want to buy another bow that's worse than the one I've got on my hand? That doesn't make any sense. Common longbow. this one, yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. Musket load. Can't carry any more of this. Pistol load. Okay. I'm good on those. Crossbow quiver, longbow quiver. Accommodates 20 longbow arrows. Okay. Alright. I think I may have just purchased more than what I needed. So let's see here. Common shoddy. Drop that one. Put that one here. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and save and continue. Okay, what is... Oh, here we go. Okay, this morning we observed 2 savages observing us from an adjacent hill for more than 2 hours. They made no effort to conceal themselves and seemed very relaxed and curious. Samuel Mallard remarked that if we could see 2 of them, then there must be another dozen hidden. Well, I could see why you would say that if you're right here in this area. Okay, can I go into these tents at all? No. Nothing here, nothing there. Okay. All right, well, that is progress. Okay. Another short row. My goodness. Okay. Let me go. Okay, yep, I was about to say, I know I got that guy. All right, let's go back up here real quick. It looks like some of the paths that there lead to some weird spots. All right, let's go ahead. There we go. Back to full. So if nothing else, at least I can always run back over there and get more health. And we'll save and continue. All right, skadooshers. Let's do this. All right. Okay, that's me reloading. I'm like, oh, I heard another one. It's a little frustrating, though, that when you hear that shot that says you've been seen, It always sounds to me like it's to my left, and it may not be. Kind of wish they just did the directional things. Okay. All right, what do we got here? Okay. Okay. 22. Okay. Before we go any further, I'm going to go ahead and run back to this thing over here while I'm reloading this. Ah, jeez, I hear another guy over that way now. Well, at least I think he's over there. I don't actually know. Hopefully no other Skadooshes has moved in over here like, hey, there's nobody here now. All right. There we go. All right. Next. It's kind of a cruddy way to have to deal with it, you know, because it takes so much longer to do it this way here. But I'll eventually get through it. Okay. There's another thing right up there. Okay. Oh, do I take that on first? Yeah, let's try that first. There might be another barrel up there that I can get to, which would be way closer to this other fort. Just on the other side of this rock. But in crouch, I can't get up on top of the rock. A lot of good that does me. A lot of good it does me to like crouch around. Of course he would duck the moment I go to shooting. Okay, I get it. I can't. Oh my goodness. Okay, where did my tomahawk go? Oh jeez. Okay, somehow I got through that without without taking any damage. I'm not sure how I just did that. The bows of the Indians are smaller than ours and less powerful, yet even mere use can kill a bird in flight without wasting an arrow. So they learn to shoot at an early age and practice near every day. The best of their archers can lose 10 arrows before the first. The best of their archers can lose 10 arrows before the first hits the ground. Okay, well. A rock pile that I can't do anything about yet. Okay, so come back down here. Went up on the other road over there. Okay, so if I'm back on this road, okay, well, I guess we just keep taking this on around then. Somebody dropped their bag. Okay. Now we take our time. I'm starting to get close. Clearly I can hear the bad guys. Okay, they're gonna chase me down the... Okay, we both missed. Good. Okay, got him that time. Oh. Ah! Oh, crud muffins. Jerk. Okay. Keep going this way. Going back to your health. Where I'm going. Risking dying again, all these skadooshas. Oh, this is... Is that it right there? Should be. Yep, there we go. All right. Okay. Maybe put just a couple more barrels in the world. Okay. What? What in the world did I trigger now? Oh, geez. that was just pure crazy reaction, and the fact that I just happened to turn right at time. Okay. All right, it's going episode's going a little long here. Okay, where am I at here? Okay, all on this road. Okay. So the other two guys that I killed should have dropped their stuff right here. Come on, reload. Okay, that's reloaded. Okay, I got my tomahawk back. Alright, come on. Reload, reload, reload! Ah! Jerk. Oh my goodness. Okay, got it unlocked. Reload this. Drink. Open. Hey, coins. Examine the bell. Hang the bell. Read the book. The sentry claims he saw a dark shape moving among the graves, but we found no prints in the soil. The next morning, we discovered George Causey's grave dug up and his skull missing. Well, okay. Well, now that I've got... This is a... Okay, I may not be able to see through those, but those big tall guys could. Okay, well, that's going to be the good stopping spot for this episode. Oh, what do we got here? More coinage. Okay. Awesome. Nothing there. Is there something back over here? Ah, here we go. Another thing. Okay. Whether by foul treachery or cruel fate, the Constance is but splinters in the deep. Now I fear we shall never sail away from here again. All right. Okay, we can't hold any more of that. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and save and continue right here. And we're going to call this an episode. Get over here to this. All right, go ahead and wrap up the video and then finish up the episode, or wrap up the episode and then finish off the stream. But But thanks for joining me today. Put a comment on this video, press the like or dislike button. Please follow me for more content. You can join my Discord server, the links on my Twitch and YouTube channels. Let me know your feedback and suggestions. Okay. Well, biggest majority, and I can at least recognize this, biggest majority of my problems and stuff like that there are of my own doing. My own design, me trying to rush through things, trying to find different ways of doing, of getting around in the game and causing myself the problem. You know, I'm trying to get away, you know, sneak around to a certain spot, and that causes me the problem. So I have to laugh at myself because so much of that is a self-induced. It is a thing. I should have just went through and followed the path and looked at the POIs the moment I found them and just was like, okay, cool. Here's something new, instead of me focused on trying to get to the center of the map and that. But that's the end of the stream for today. Let me know your thoughts and feedback. And as always, so long for now.